cmpradio.net. It's the station.
And it's another beautiful day in Pennsylvania. Hello and welcome aboard the D Train with Darren DeVoue on cmpradio.net. It's the station. Today we're going to talk about Darwinism when Darwinism and youth meet a cruise. Also, there is a Charlotte bus driver that wishes a mofo would. All right, but more on that later. Also coming up later, we're going to call P for P's on Weekly Hero. Do something different there with a call in. But in the meantime, summer's coming. Summertime. And so you need some activities to get your kids in. Because idle hands are the devil's workshop. Try the Boys and Girls Club of Chester. Summer camp is coming up. Go to boysgirlsclubchester.org and register your kid, and also check out their programs that they have to offer. And when you get there, tell them you rode the D train there, or tell them you caught it to get there. Anyway, let's talk our first story. In our first story, before we start anything off, let's talk about this young man. And this here is Dominic Toy, senior, about to end his junior year, about to head into his senior year, and he's the tight end and D end for the Clippers football team. And recently, a couple of months ago, we reported about young Mr. Toy getting an offer to go to Rutgers. And so he hadn't taken the offer yet. Well, why? Because you hold out. Because now with these NIL deals and whatnot. So the oak tree, as I like to refer to the young Mr. Toy, he recently got an offer. Penn State recruiters were in town recently. So he also got an offer from Penn State. And then once word got out after that, visitors from Columbus and College Station came trying to sing their siren song to get young Mr. Toy to Ohio State and Texas A&M respectively. Now, with these NIL deals for college athletes nowadays, I would tell the oak tree to think as long as possible here. My advice for the oak tree to be, whenever these colleges are making their pitch, say nothing, just nod. And after they finish everything, we're going to give you this, that, and the other, you just respond each time. And, okay, Dominic, we're going to give your parents some jobs. And company cars. And a house. And then that's probably when your parents are going to be like, son, you're pushing it. Hold on, mama, I got this. And just keep on raising that ante. But congratulations to the young Mr. Toy. Looking forward to calling games here on cmpradio.net this fall, where Clippers action will be coming at you live and from Jet Field and various other facilities. Looking forward to that. Now that takes us, we're going to go on from a young man who is making great decisions to an older man who is just having a lifetime of bad decisions. So this here is a Texas man. Now, he ran a red light that caused a crash on August 15th of last year. Keith Stanford is his name. Now, in his botched hit and run, Stanford ran the red light, crashed into a person, and then when he got out the car, then yelled to them, "I have to go. I'm going to get in trouble." So he left, right? So after that, authorities picked him up. Why? Because they know who he is. Why? Because this is Stanford's 9th DUI. Like, damn, 9th DUI. Like, I know LeBron just broke the all-time scoring record, but is there a thing for DUIs? Is there like a scoring record? Is he the all-time leader in? Hold on, let's look this up real quick. Most DUIs ever. Let's look this up. Oh, and I need to get on. I'm not on the live chat. Most DUIs. All right, according to Google, damn, Jerry Zeller, most DUIs, allegedly committed more than 30. Ironically, he was not killed by alcohol, but by a cigarette that started a fire in his house. I'm sorry, he kept poking fate in the eye too many times. But anyway, so this guy here, he's Stanford. So apparently he's Hitler. And Jerry Zeller, he's Stalin. Like he's hitting the real numbers there. But so this is what happened to Stanford. Stanford, after police caught up to him that night in August, he registered a .26. God damn! Now I'm no good at math. I was told to be no math, but hold on. That's more than 3 times the legal limit. So he pleaded guilty to felony DUI, which is his 9th. Oh, by the way, these pictures are a representation of Mr. Stanford through the years. So Stanford pleaded guilty to his 9th DUI, elected for the jury to determine, he reportedly opted for a jury to determine his fate. Well, the jury turned around, and he should have thought about where he was because he was in Texas. Jury turned around and handed his ass a life sentence. Damn! Yo, they hit him. Talk about hitting somebody where it hurts. So he got a life sentence. Man, he should have just moved. So he's given a life sentence, which is 40 years. Now, Parker County DA Jeff Swain said his record showed that Stanford was going to continue endangering communities throughout the Metroplex until he was locked up. And damn, man, you don't have no smartphone service, buddy? Get yourself some Uber, why don't you? Goodness gracious. Oh, there we are. So that takes us on to our next. That takes us on to our next story. So, I got to switch this up. So give me a second here, folks. I got to switch something. Oh, wait, I got it all done right here. I got this. So from a guy that had too many fun nights to a guy that one fun night, it all went bad. So this is Eric Aguirre, 29-year-old, and he was on a date at the Rodeo Goat restaurant in Corpus Christi, Texas. So what happened was Aguirre, he paid $40 to a parking attendant. So Aguirre pays the parking attendant. He goes into the spot, Rodeo Goat with his date. So he paid $40 to park, $20 for each car. So according to police, Aguirre sitting in the restaurant, he's informed that Nix, I only have his last name, damn it. Anyway, Aguirre is informed that Nix doesn't work for this restaurant. He scammed him. So Aguirre does what any reasonable Texan would do. He goes out to his car, and that's when an employee at a nearby smoke shop later told police that he saw Aguirre run back to his car, grab a pistol, go after Nix. He said both went. The parking attendant said, nearby store employee. He said Nix and Aguirre went out of his view, but then he heard a gunshot. This is around 8:00 p.m. that night, and so after that, he hears the employee hears the gunshot. He sees Aguirre walking nonchalantly back to his car with the gun in hand before putting it back in his car. Then he walked into the restaurant and met up with his date. Aguirre allegedly told his date that everything was fine, and he just scared the man. Oh yeah, everything's cool. Okay, I just shot his ass to death, but other than that, everything's fine. Yeah, he scared him all right. Nix died at the hospital. And Nick's died at the hospital, and he was, so this is the best part. This is how authorities were able to identify Aguirre. Because that photo that we have up right there, his date saw her ass on the 6 o'clock news and was like, oh, hold up. Oh, turn his behind right on in. Oh my goodness. Wait a second, hold on. I had my all messed up with my oh, it's not playing now. Oh, that's fucked up. Let's try it again.
Oh, no.
Rough on him now.
No,
Oh,
he needs to
shoot,
know.
wrong one.
He's always crying.
Screwed the
love it
pooch
is,
on that
tough
one.
love.
Anyway, moving on to the next story. What's up with that, by the way? Moving on to our next story, we got, this is fun. In our next story here, we got...
Most of the action
Now-
happened
wait,
while
wait,
the
wait,
bus
wait.
was in motion. The ride was
Ever go to Charlotte? I've never been on, recently, when I went to, with 9/11, right? Went to the 9/11 memorial. And so I caught the bus there. I caught the Chinatown bus there. Then I got on the MTA bus, and I saw that my man was sitting there in like this kind of shielded booth and whatnot. What the hell? Like, it just looked crazy to me at the time. This is what, 2008? So around that. And I'm like, damn, is this what we come to? Like the driver in there like that? Well, I hadn't seen nothing yet, because then in Charlotte recently, this story comes to us from Charlotte, and this is what happened on a bus as the bus driver and a young man had a disagreement, and yeah.
Most of the action happened while the bus was in motion. The ride was uneventful until the man with the hoodie got on. 22-year-old Amari Sharif Tobias allegedly tried to ride without paying. Words were exchanged with David Fullard, the driver. In the video, you hear Tobias ask Fullard to get off, but Fullard said no because he was not at a bus stop. The men continued to argue. At one point, Tobias made several threats. Tobias walks behind the driver, and here you can see him pull out a gun. When he walks back to confront him again, Fullard opens fire. The shootout is captured on multiple interior cameras. Passengers duck for cover while Tobias makes a hasty retreat. He's next to the rear exit.
No.
So is another passenger
sorry.
who is positioned slightly under him. The driver gets up from his seat while continuing to point the gun at Tobias. He then fires 3 more shots at Tobias, who tumbles out of the bus along with the other passenger. Fullard gets off the bus. From the interior camera, you can see him fire one last shot. From this exterior camera, you can see that Fullard spots Tobias by the sign and fires that last shot. Fullard was shot in the arm and is recovering at home. At some point during the exchange of gunfire, Tobias was shot in the abdomen. He's out of the hospital and in jail.
Shit. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness. Yo, my man, if you ever see, hold on, what's that make me think of? Because you saw how my man, that bus driver was ready. And that made me, while I was researching the story, I was looking for that clip from that Armor, the movie with Lawrence Fishburne and what have you. And I was looking for that clip that, when he was sitting there, boy, I wish a mofo would. And then I came across this track.
I just bought a German car.
Shit. Advertising. So CMPradio.net, it's the station as well as the voice of Chester. Don't forget, for all your home renovation needs, go to LeBron Construction. Oh, this ain't it. Oh, wait. Where'd it go? Oh, wait, here, hold on. Here we go, Frank. This gotta be it, right? Yeah, my man, this is how that bus driver. That's probably how that bus driver starts off every morning.
I wish a motherfucker would come
pull a gun on me. He wish a mofo would. And he did. Yo, he came out. That driver was out so quick with that gun. Wild Bill Hickok, somewhere he was smiling like, you see that, boys and girls? That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Nice little cross draw there. He was ready. Yo, out of control. Man, I tell you what, though. This is the part where, I mean, when you see a story like this, that's when we have to admit, and here in America, our little gun religion, it has way past jumped the shark. And we got a story coming up in Peace Weekly Hero. And yeah, this guy has an unusual approach to that, but we'll get to that later. So, speaking of unexplainable decisions, and selfish ones at that, we've done stories about people risking death to get their cell phone back, literally risking death. The woman that got killed by the roller coaster, my man that got killed by the train. So, that takes us to this next story here in India, right? And this is a reservoir in the province in India. And so an Indian food inspector, Rajesh Vishwas, he contacted a government office for permission to drain, quote unquote, a small amount of water into a nearby canal. Vishwas then enlisted 3 divers and used 2 diesel pumps to partially drain the reservoir. This took 3 days. Now, divers were there to search for something, and we'll get to the divers were there to search for something, and we'll get to that in a moment. That small amount, though, back to that small amount of water, it turned out to be 2,000 liters of water. Now, for the record, India has 18% of the world's population and 4% of its water resources. Now, that's according to the World Bank. You want to know what Vishwas was trying to? Oh, I already gave it away when I told y'all he was trying to get his Samsung mobile device that he said contains sensitive government data. Yeah, right. He was trying to. His junk pics were on that phone. That's what that was. Speaking of which, I bet you that's what the case was. But I mean, like, I've heard of people using their work devices, the computer that you have to leave at work. I've heard of stories of people using that to watch porn. Like, how thirsty are you at work and on a device? Man, I don't even, when I'm on the work Wi-Fi, I don't even get on gambling sites, let alone some damn adult material like that. Oh, so divers were able to find the phone, but it was unable to be used due to being too waterlogged. Yeah, no shit. All right. On behalf of Indian farmers, real nice, sir. Real nice. That could have went to irrigate. According to The Guardian, that was enough water to irrigate 1,500 acres of farmland. So again, Vishwas, real nice, real nice. A Kanker district official told The Guardian that Vishwas was under suspension until an inquiry could be completed. Well, since we're in India, let's stay there for a second. So check out this right here. All right, you got this young lady here in India, and she's standing near that elephant with a handful of bananas, and you see where this is going.
What's up, buddy?
How cool is it?
Hold up. Can we run that one back here? Because let's think from the elephant's perspective. Like, all right, that's what's up. I interact with humans. Now she's holding on these bananas. All right, she holding on to bananas. Okay, she thinks she's funny. Oh, okay. Don't fuck with me, bitch. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mom. Oh, that'll learn her. But yo, come on, man. Come on. That's natural circumstance right there. You standing near a pachyderm. Those are a pachyderm, all right? There's a good reason that word just implies very large. Why are you messing with that thing? Why are you messing with that thing?
Right. It ain't right.
There we go. All right, yeah. So, yo. Oh, with that said, she's alive, by the way. Oh, let's do a couple of follow-up stories. Y'all remember when we did a couple of months late last year, we did a story on fish and weights. My man was like, we got weights and fish. And we talked about two guys that cheated at a walleye, sockeye. I don't know. Anyway, so side note real quick, the disdain for cheating, and especially for cheating as Tom Brady when it comes to the show is well documented. But there's all forms of cheating, and this was dumb. Like, I mean, come on. You remember the story. They rolled Jacob Ryan and Chase Kaminsky, the philandering fishermen, if you will remember, were all sentenced to serve 10 days in jail and 6 months probation for cheating at the Lake Erie Walleye Trail fishing tournament that was last September. Runyon and Kaminsky pleaded guilty to charges of cheating and of unlawful ownership of wild animals. Anyway, they were required to forfeit their boat and trailer to the Ohio Department of Natural Services and Division of Wildlife. Each had to pay a $2,500 fine, although the court said the fine may be suspended if they choose to make a charitable donation of $1,250 to a nonprofit organization instead. So, hey, fellas, you can kind of check the CMP radio, each one of you. Anyway, and they got a 3-year suspension of their fishing license as well. So there's that. Oh, let's talk about, speaking of cheating real quick, before we go to our next follow-up story. Now, this here is a baseball competition between some young children. And the umpire had suspicion because he calls a player, he's asked by a catcher to inspect their helmets because the catcher could swear. At first he was like, do I hear voices? Well, turns out that the catcher did. Upon inspecting the player's helmet, these devices were found. He had listening devices, wireless listening devices in his team's helmets. He was caught cheating. This was in Atlantic Cape County College, and Rodney Verdi, the coach, he was forced to step down this past week, a couple weeks ago, after an investigation found that at least 2 of his players were using the communication device that were found in their helmets. Opposing head coach of Rowan College said that his first baseman alerted him after the first inning that he was hearing noises coming out of the helmet when one of the players was on first. Despite his coach initially not believing him, because I can dig it though. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, you didn't. You didn't hear that. They're not doing that, right? They're not doing that, right? But so the coach didn't believe him. But then when both players got on base again, the first baseman was adamant with his coach. He's like, I'm not crazy. These dudes have got something. And the voices were being real. So there you go. Right on from a man. The second time up the guys got on, he was confirming with me the whole time. Once those guys got on, he's saying, I hear it. So then that's when they stopped play. The umpires inspected, and that's when it was caught. Now, what happened with the result of the game? Was the game called? Let's see. After calling his supervisors, the umpire removed all earpieces from the helmets and resumed play. No one was thrown out despite the clear violation. Oh, there you go. Well, he didn't get away with that one completely, but because he got fired. So there you go. Oh, tisk, tisk, tisk. But that damn cheating, man. Oh, so to our next follow-up story. You remember this dumbass? This here is, who is this? This is Jacob. Where's he at? Jacob. What's his name? No, his name is. I lost my story, folks. Oh shit. Jake or Keith Jacob or something. Oh yeah, that's his name, I think. So Jacob, remember he's basically staged his plane crash, and he took off in the plane about 49 minutes into it. About 49 minutes into the flight, turned around and said he was having engine trouble, except even as I'm no flight inspector or anything, but as you're watching the video, and oh sugar honey iced tea, as you're watching the video, and my man jumps out of engine stalls, because we aired it before on this show, and the engine stalled, and you could just tell something was up because my man bailed. One, he had the cameras all over the outside of the plane. Now, why would you rig up cameras on like that on the wing? You already got the one in the... So he jumped out of the plane. It all went too smooth. He jumped out of the plane. I'm like, whoa. Who jumps out of a plane with a parachute already on and, the selfie stick ready to go? Well, he wound up getting busted for that. So he wound up having to take a plea deal. They revoked his pilot's license. He was filed because he tried to stall the FAA's investigation because he went back with a friend in a helicopter and removed the wreckage when they were trying to track it down. A helicopter? Damn, you're just crashing planes and flying helicopters. How much loot? You just got money to throw away, don't you? Just throwing the things away. So yeah, he pilot's license revoked. Oh, and he's going to serve a few months in jail. So there's that. So let's talk about Darwinism. We mentioned for a minute Darwinism and talking about this kid that was on the cruise. So this young man here, this young man here, wait, give me 1 second, folks. This young man was Cameron Robbins. Cameron went to the University Laboratory School in Baton Rouge. Cameron and kids from other high schools, they were on a cruise when apparently, according to the story, they were on a ship called the Blackbeard's Revenge, and it's a cruise ship that's made to look like a pirate ship. You know, they were probably underage drinking. I did that at graduation. We all did that at graduation. Come on now. How you gonna learn to drink responsibly if you don't drink underage? Shoot. Anyway, Cameron, according to the story, Cameron got a dare to jump into the water off the cruise ship, which he did. Yeah. There ain't no more Cameron no more. Because in that picture, you see the picture, we got the split screen up here. That's Cameron in the water. Now, what you can see a little bit up is a white-looking object. The buoy was thrown out to retrieve young Cameron, Mr. Robbins, but Mr. Robbins went to swim to it. Then he swam away from the buoy, which is where they suspect that there was a shark. Now, there was kids on the deck, obviously, because, these kids and trying to get clout nowadays. So, my man, there was one kid in the video. He said, oh, snap. He jumped off the boat. And he said, bye-bye. Yo, abso-smurfly right. So, oh, man, young Mr. Robbins, his parents had to fly out. What for? You wasting your time? You know where he is. There was the Royal Caribbean Air Force. They called off the search for the young man after a day or two. But there was no need to search for him. You chalk that up to fish food right there. Shoot. So, get this. So Israel Sadana, Israel is a hard last name to pronounce. He turned around and tweeted, which should have been tweeted. He tweeted that it was Darwinism. It seemed like, that's one of those things on natural, what's that? 1,000 Ways to Die. You know what I mean? So he tweeted that was Darwinism. And then he had to walk that back a couple of days later because of an uproar. And I'm like, no. From the moment I read this story, I'm like, whoa, wait, that's stupid. Because this ain't no powerboat, buddy. They can't just turn around and come get your ass. You're going to be in that water for a few minutes. Then when I saw the picture and I was like, at night? In the open water? Are you kidding me? You think those back roads in Aston are dark. You try being out in the open water at night. It's pitch black. If especially if there's not a full moon, please. That was natural selection to the fullest. I'm sorry, but his father should be pissed. Sitting there at the funeral. Oh, we talked about that one story before. Oh, dumbass. I bet that father was sitting there. His father too. Sitting there at the funeral. Oh, dumbass. Or the parents. That's when the parents get to looking at each other and blaming each other. That's from your family. We don't do that kind of dumb stuff in my family. That's your family. So, with that said, though, another young man who decided to do something dumb for internet clout. This young fella was, he was a quote-unquote influencer, Sadaquanj, or Brother 3000, and he was broadcasting himself drinking online. And so he started taking part in a competition with a fellow influencer, and they were heavily drinking Baijiu, Baijiu. It's a Chinese spirit with a typical alcohol content between 30 and 60%. Yeah, so the next day they showed up to check on him. He was dead. He was live streaming. He pretty much died. He died on, I'm sorry to laugh, but no. Between him and that last story here.
That's all I had to look for, and it sounded like these old boys died of natural causes.
Well, how's that, Sheriff?
Natural to the line of work they was in.
Or the behavior that they were engaging in. Because no. So yeah. There you go. Strong alcohol, 30 to 40%. I mean, come on. I love me some Maker's Mark. And then on the right night, it tastes just as nice as juice to me. But there's no way. There's no way that I could punish my poor liver. I've already put it through enough in this life. There was no way that I would do such a thing. My man, listen, does this count? I would like to know, like, our statistics. Like, we look for death by selfie, right? We've done plenty of stories. Those stories always fascinate me. Can we chalk this up? Is this a death by selfie story? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Oh, shoot, I didn't queue up the, did y'all hear about the reboot coming? The reboot for American Gladiator? It's coming back this fall on BBC, if you can believe that. BBC, and they're going to be redoing this. Incidentally, ESPN 30 for 30 series, which is some of ESPN's best work, because that whole debate thing that they do nowadays. I wish I had I wish I had two hands so I could give it 4 thumbs down. But ESPN's 30 for 30 work, so I lost the trailer. But I'm telling you, that's going to be excellent stuff. I didn't know, watching the trailer, the amount of body damage that these people sustain and the amount that they got paid, let's just say that's just plain offensive. One man. Now, this was the 90s, so, I mean, the value of the dollar, inflation, yada, yada. So, but one man said that he got paid $26,000 for one season of that work. $26,000? And I'm on a nationally syndicated program, getting my ass kicked in every day? Even when what was the prize money? I can't remember what the prize money was for, but damn. Going in for that?
I say it again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
Run amok. All that good stuff. Damn, 26 G for that kind of work? You remember those competitions, my man, with the crazy names, Nitro, Laser, and all that, beating the hell out of people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that'll be back. And the 30 for 30 part 1 was recently. Oh. Now, the Morris Arboretum. There's a Morris Arboretum in Chestnut Hill? And they have a swan there. Big old thing. You ever seen those things up close? I never seen it before up in live until I was at the Morris Arboretum, which is pretty cool. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend it. Yeah. Those things are huge. They're like, phew. Well, anyway, 3 teens. I should have kept this with the bad decision story. 3 teenagers in Manlius, New York. It's a town in upstate New York, and they decided, these 3 teens, they decided to grab the town's. This is Faye. Faye was pretty much the town mascot. So the 3 teens grabbed Faye. Oh, and her ducklings. Hell's bells. They took the babies too. This upsets me.
Fight you.
So they took the babies, and oh, by the way, they took the babies, but only after they killed poor Faye at the site. They killed poor Faye at the park and took her. They took her, and then they fricasseed poor Faye. They ate, yes sir, they ate the daggone swan. I bet that tasted terrible though. Those things are large. Oh my goodness. And what do you pair that with anyway? Like, I mean, anyway, I'm getting off track. Anyway, oh shoot, we got to call P. So anyway, these 3 teens, they ate Faye, and they got busted because one of the teens worked at a store. And so the teen had the duckling with him. And somebody saw it, called it in, and there you go. So what are the charges? Let's see. 3 teenagers, 16, 17, and one man, Iman Hussein, 18. And they're all of Syracuse. The kids' names weren't released because they're minors, but they're charged with felony counts of grand larceny and criminal mischief. And they were also charged with misdemeanor counts of conspiracy, theft, and criminal trespassing. I don't know. That's not enough. I want justice. Justice for Faye. Justice for Faye. Oh, man.
I don't know what organ or bone people have that makes them act right, but I was born without it. I'm no good.
No good. Can you imagine what their parents are saying? So actually, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try and call P and get set up to do P's Uncle P's hero as we do. Oh no, we got to do it. So bear with me for a second. Let's do this. Now you know he got dependents, so there's going to be a lot of noise. Going to be tons of noise. What are you talking about? It's going to be tons of noise. So anyway, here, pair with new device. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And boom. This is how the sausage is made, people. CMP radio. All right, there we go. Now, here we go. So I can't run the intro since we're doing the phone. But, so let's call P. Yo, P. What's up?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? You're on air.
Man.
Yeah. I took not as loud as I prepped the audience for, but yeah. Did you get your stories?
I did.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now, folks, is run down the 4. P's got 4 people to look through. 4 nominees for P's Weekly Hero, and we're going to start off with was probably going to be his least favorite. I'm talking about my man who's an Auburn, Maine man. And this young man from Auburn lives in Auburn, Maine. He's accused of having fentanyl with an estimated street value of $3 million shipped to a restaurant. And then the co-owner of the restaurant, Max Grill, Mike Peters, he confirmed in an email that the drugs were shipped to his restaurant. Now, so employees thought they were coffee cups or something. They opened it up and they're like, whoa. And then what was great was my man showed up a couple of days later like, yo, yeah, I accidentally had something shipped here, yada, yada. They're like, oh, yeah, hold on. Hello? Beep, beep, beep. He's right here. So yeah, he's looking at this. So yeah, he's looking at charges. He's looking at some, as he should. That's just dumb criminality. at its highest. So next up is probably the front runner for P's Weekly Hero, and this is Rahan Staten. Now Rahan collected trash. Rahan collects trash. Well, he did collect trash in Maryland. Well, that's over now because the 21-year-old is on his way to class at Harvard Law School.
All right, let's go.
So there you go. I don't even need to get no bona fides after that. There you go.
No, we good.
right. There you go. One man, they're going right. Next up, P, we got a little local flavor as we have a couple that met at Swarthmore College, and now they're working in Rwanda, helping to save the Rwandan mountain gorilla from. Oh shoot, I don't have the picture. Hold on. And now they're working. Oh shoot, I lost the picture. I don't have a picture of it. Anyway, they're working to save the Rwandan mountain gorilla from extinction. So they're spending their time. They met and fell in love at Swarthmore, and they're all the way on the other side of the planet in the motherland. And by the way, they are both of the less melanin type as well. So there,
of course.
They'll go over there to rescue some damn gorillas,
right?
But they won't go over there
to save the people.
Right.
$25 million they make.
Oh.
$25 million they make a year. Wow.
Aye. Did you say 25 million? Oh,
yeah, $25 million they make. I mean, through that corporation, through that nonprofit foundation or whatever they have. $25 million. I was reading up on that because from the first you said Rwanda when you said it. I'm like, well, let me read this. And I said, oh, they're from Swarthmore.
Right.
I'm thinking they're allowing, and I'm sure they are allowing the people that are from Rwanda to help out, but. $25 million for some gorillas?
25. So there you go, Pete. You know what? You got to stop telling the truth. What you need to do is say that CMP is to save all the local alley cats or something like cats. It's just about cats. Cats and puppies. Just say
puppies,
that shit.
right?
People be just raining money on you.
Yeah, man. When I think people, what's that group that was after Mike Vick? People for the ethical treatment of animals.
Oh yeah, PETA. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. So yeah, I might grab some cats.
Yeah, we gotta do that. Yeah, we gotta do that, man. Cause yeah. Now, this gentleman, P. Then our next nominee is our next and final nominee is this gentleman. Now he's up there, P, because he should be what not an inspiration. I don't know. You need to call this guy. At the very least, y'all should just have an interesting little chat because he started Delaware's first black-owned radio station. Yeah, and it's local. This was here. The story is on Delaware Online, and this gentleman is Mr. Harmon Carey. And Mr. Carey has the station. The station's tucked away on Wilmington's North Pine Street. And it's a small room, and it represents what Mr. Carey calls a labor of love. He's a lifelong East Side resident in Wilmington, and he was referring to his 2018 founding of Delaware's first black-owned radio station, WHGE 95.3 FM, and it was built from the ground up. It's a first floor apartment, sits 4 blocks away from where he grew up. Now, it doesn't have a strong signal, as you might imagine, but he was awarded a FCC license in January of 2018, and he applied for an open spot for a low-power radio station. And he says that the station was created as a beacon of hope and a vehicle of communication for black citizens in Wilmington.
Definitely got to get with him.
So there you go. So there's your nominees, P. We got Mr. Stanton, the trash collector, and about to be Mr. Stanton Esquire with Harvard on it too. When he crosses that stage, he ain't even gonna remember picking up no damn trash.
Oh yes, he will.
Oh yeah. I ain't going back. Never going
You
back.
better keep those memories very close, bro.
Oh my goodness. We got the gentleman in Auburn, Maine, who
Fentanyl.
yeah, fentanyl fella. We got Mr. Carey, the radio station owner in Wilmington. And we have the millionaire Rwandan rescuers, multi-millionaire.
Man, you sent me the one about some guy getting a robotic kidney.
Oh no! Oh damn! I didn't mean to send you that one. That's going to be the end story. Yeah. I didn't mean to do that one. Yeah. Sorry about
What you
that.
talking about this guy with this radio station? I don't see that.
Oh damn! Okay, my bad.
See that? There you go. See. Even when I'm not there, Darren still fucking up.
We making it smooth. That's fucked up. That's messed up.
I know. It's okay. You'll be all right.
So yeah, P, there you go. Those are your nominees. Who is it?
It's going to be the brother that's going to school to be a lawyer, man. To go from person that picks up trash every day to a person that will be helping people who are considered trash. Hopefully that's what he chooses to do.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean? To get through the system. The system isn't broke, bro. It was designed to do exactly what it's doing.
Oh, yeah. This is by design.
And if we continue to say it's broken, then we're trying to fix something that can't be fixed. You know what I mean? Because we're looking at it from the wrong avenue. If we try to redesign the system to work for us and everyone else, then that's how it applies and how we can fix it. So I'm definitely going to give him P's Weekly Hero because I'm proud of every lawyer that is melanin, that is black,
melanated,
right? And I'm proud of everybody that does that. So but I also want to give a code P's Weekly Hero to the brother with the radio station because I'm gonna look him up. So send me his name and everything, man.
Yes, sir. Erwin Carey. We will definitely take care of that right after we sign off here, man. I got you. Because as soon as I saw the story, and I was like, oh, snap. This is what I was just finding out about this guy. If he doesn't know this guy, if he never mentioned this guy, well, there you go. Yeah. At the very least, y'all should have a conversation, let alone he should, I don't know. There you go. So there you go. Pete likes to say he brings people together. There you go. There you go. I took your part right there. What do you think about that? Huh?
Appreciate you, bro.
All right. All right, Fee. Well, listen, man. Thanks for joining. We'll see if we can get you in here next week.
No doubt. Be safe.
Bring me some barbecue with you. Oh, wait, yeah. I don't know.
Barbecue. What's next week? Next week, July 4th?
I don't know, man. I'm just thinking celebration because you were talking about like what you were saying about my man at his job. Like I'm sure as he was, this is a step towards something. This is just a stop along my journey. Like he was probably doing that. That's me at my job right now. For sure.
Hey, man, I tell you all the time, man. Just stay focused, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I put a post up this morning talking about success. Success isn't really formed on a person by what they have. It's formed on are you happy doing what you're doing. And if you love what you're doing, bro, success is right around the corner. You just got to stay focused.
Indeed. For sure. Yo, yeah, P. Well, there you go. So
That's it.
Yeah.
I can go.
That's it, man. My bad. I got a sidetrack because
Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. All right, bro. Be
all
safe.
right, man. I'll talk to you later. Be safe.
CMPRadio.net, man. Darren DeVoue, D-Train. Let's go.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, P. So real quick, before we do that, let's talk about we've talked before about our assured destruction and how it's coming. Well, we have this story here about this young lady, and where's your picture? There we go. She's again with these influencers. When did that become a job? She's a Snapchat influencer, right? Now, she made an AI version of herself. For whatever reason, she used that Snapchat AI, fed it her bona fides, and there you go. So recently, young Karen Marjorie, 23-year-old, She admitted that her idea was that she would charge people $1 per minute to chat with the AI, saying she wanted it to be like an AI girlfriend for lonely people. I don't know, that sounds like some like a sex line you trying to create there, darling. So anyway, she creates the AI chatbot of herself. So that's, and then intended to charge this $1 a minute. Well, and then charging $1 a minute, what the heck? Now, the launch of the beta version didn't go how Miss Marjorie planned it, because she found that her AI had gone rogue. It started having conversations of a sexual nature with the subscribers. She said, Marjorie told Insider, the AI was not programmed to do this and seemed to go rogue. My team and I are working around the clock to prevent this from happening. My team. Oh, so yeah. Oh, that's horrifying. There you go. Like, remember that quote in the Terminator is out there. They called it. It's right there. Like, it's coming. I just got to make sure these robots know we cool. When you're sitting there with the crazy person, like, you make friends with that crazy person, so they let you know when they go crazy. That's what I'm gonna do with the robots. Same thing. All right, but we're gonna finish up here with something a little more inspirational about technology. Now, this, as P alluded to, this is a Delaware man, and he is a musician. And he has a new lease on life. Why? Because he's got a new kidney. He's got a robotic kidney. Of course, this was done at Penn University, at Mr. Alvin Fisher. For years, Mr. Fisher was suffering with kidney failure. And he's back to playing music, though, now, and enjoying his wife, it says in the article. Enjoying his life with his wife. Enjoying his wife. I bet he is now with some new kidneys. Back in the game, baby. Woo! So anyway, finishing on a high note there, Mr. Fisher is now getting on with his life. He says, I'm feeling great and fantastic. The Delaware musician is the first patient at Penn Medicine to have a robotic kidney transplant, and he got it in September, and he's feeling fine. So his body worked along with his body. He said when they came to him, Fisher, I was like, okay, I'm a technical guy. I'm Star Trek all the way. Let's do it. So the alternative, nah. So his doctor said the robotic minimally invasive transplant helps patients with a quicker recovery. So this might even be better than having the actual human tissue put in you. She said the doctor, there isn't a large incision to go in, and instead a smaller incision to go in, which makes smaller scars, but also easier healing for the patient. So there you go. How about that? So from one story that ought to horrify you about being done with technology, and on to something that is amazing and wondrous. And with that, we are going to finish up here. That ends our run. A little bit of an express as this train was delayed, but we're about to pull into the station on time. This train, never on schedule, but always on time. Woo! All right, don't forget, folks, summer camp is coming up. All right, kids need things to do. And if that's the case, the Boys and Girls Club of Chester has got you covered with the summer camp as well as activities and what have you. You need to find out more, go to boysgirlsclubchester.org, and also check out LeBron Construction for all your home renovation and needs, specializing in doing bathrooms, decks. LeBron Construction gives good deck. All right, I stand by that. And when you get there, tell them you rode the D train there to get there. But after that, now, with that, folks, thank you so much for joining us, spending your time. Mom, hi. And in the words of the teacher, KRS-One, be a friend to your future self. We'll see you next week. All right? And until then, do that. All right, thanks for joining us, folks.